A small number of us, known as the OG Gang Gang, have been here from day one, watching you finish every weekend league and almost getting to the promised land, but never quite getting there. Close, but no cigar. But today, we wait no longer. For today, this day, you achieved Elysium. You silky, silky yam boy. We're so proud of you, son. You're so young.
Flytta idag! Det är boet! Det är boet! Det är boet, domare! Skominada! Skomina, domare! Kybussättningen av tejen! Det är boet!
For today, this day, we're so proud of you, son. You're so young. So you clicked on this video to find out how Zwei went elite in FIFA. What are his tactics? What's his squad looking like? How'd he do it? But what I'm also going to teach you is how to have an elite level fashion sense. So you know how most influencers have like a merch store or whatever? I don't have a merch store because I've got American Eagle. American Eagle sweater, I get plenty of compliments. I'm wearing American Eagle joggers. And the American Eagle jeans, I kid you not, are so comfortable and look so damn cool that you can play 30 games of Weekend League in them. And that's exactly what we did for the past few weeks. Also, little side note, I was at the beach with Bay on Saturday and she said, wow, you look really good in those jeans. I don't know if I've ever gotten a compliment like that before. I had to stop. And I was like, wait, what was that? Was that a compliment? Did you guys just think I was going to tell you about American Eagle and not do an impromptu fashion show? Up next, we've got Twitch zweback and YouTuber Zweback running down the catwalk. Looks very, very natural. You can tell that this isn't his first time around the block. Look at the angles. Everything is flawless. Take a look at the American Eagle Airflex Plus jeans. They look cozy, they look comfy, but more than anything, they look absolutely incredible. The style, the comfort, the versatility. We started off referring to him as a Twitch streamer and YouTuber, but let's add American Eagle model to that list because my goodness, he looks natural up there. Check out the American Eagle Airflex Plus jeans by clicking the link in the description below. You absolute mad lads. What's happening, boys, and welcome to how ZwebackHD hit elite in his first FIFA ever episodia. This is a video that's been a long time coming. You guys have been asking for it about a week and a half ago. Well, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. I hit my first ever elite finish. Elite 3, 23-7 was the most insane finish to a weekend league I've ever done. The RTG that lives on the stream, I'm actually going to be uploading some of the highlights here that you're going to see, as well as my rewards, just to show you guys what my first ever elite rewards were like. I'm not going to say they were a huge dub, but they definitely weren't an L. I got one of my favorite players of all time twice, given the team of the week that it was. But more importantly, I thought I would give you guys a glimpse into the tactics and stuff like that in terms of what was able to get me over the top. And I have about 5 tips. I have about 5 things that I want to talk about, especially as it relates to me and how I feel I was able to get my first ever elite finish and take that leap from gold 2 and gold 1 all the way up to elite. Which honestly, there was a moment there because, you know, ever since Foot Champs came out in 2017, this has been a 3 or 4 year project where I've, you know, pretty much haven't missed any weekend pretty much since the release of FIFA 17, and was never able to hit elite, and we were able to do it within week number 6 of FIFA 21. So a couple things I feel like maybe went in my favor, and there's a couple things that I think we have some control over in terms of tips that I want to give you guys. So like I always say, boys, smash like on the video, smash like for my first ever elite finish if this is helpful for you guys at all. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. So the first thing I want to do is I'll talk about one thing really quickly, then we'll get to my rewards. I'll get to my rewards. The first thing I want to talk about is don't rage quit. I know that seems kind of I don't know if that's like a basic piece of advice, but a lot of things I'm going to cover in this episode might sound like they're very commonsensical, but there's often things that, you know, make a lot of sense, but with the way that Weekend League and Champs can get us thinking in our head, it can defeat you. It's an emotionally draining mode. Sometimes your logic goes out the window, but I would say play. Don't rage quit. I would make the argument that FIFA 21, maybe more than any FIFA ever, if you're down 3-1, that doesn't mean anything. You can come back and win. There were so many instances in this weekend, league number 6, where I was down, 3-1. There was actually a match, I think I was down 4-1 in the 60th minute. I rallied, ended up winning 5-4, and just had a bunch of instances where I was just able to come back and play really, really well just because I didn't give up. So number 2, have a FIFA server in your city. I don't know if it's a coincidence. This is probably one of the more interesting aspects of the video and ideas to think about. I don't know. I think Columbus, I think there's a server in Texas and a server in Washington, D.C. The week before my first ever elite finish, a FDAC, I'm not sure what it's called, FGDC server, whatever the servers are called, was installed in Miami and I believe was made active Wednesday. And then I went into that weekend league and I did notice that my ping was anywhere between like 10 and like 18 and 20, whereas before I was averaging like 35, 40. So I definitely was playing on a better connection. Still had some issues sometimes, but by and large didn't deal with any speed up lag. I do have an issue with my ISP Atlantic Broadband, so sometimes they can be a little bit iffy, but the connection this particular weekend was very, very good. So that might be something to note as well. Number 3, play with players that you like. If you take a look at the squad that I have on the screen right here, and we'll get into the tactic, play with players that you like. I have that Philip Lahm as a left back, in my opinion, one of the best players in the game. A lot of people in the chat and on Twitter were saying, Zwei, you need to play him at CDM to fully utilize Lahm. He's wasted at left back. I disagree. He's easily, for me, the most potent and the best wing back that I've used in FIFA 21 yet, and I don't think he was wasted on the wing at all. If anything, he absolutely had that side locked down, and whichever player was trying to run down the flanker, even centrally sometimes, Lahm was just an incredible, incredible card, and I love him. So he's dual purpose, right? He's not the most meta card, although as a wing back, he's really, really good, but he's a player that I absolutely love in real life, and was very much looking forward to using him in game, and we did. And the second week that we had him in the squad, we finished with our first ever elite finish. We had Correa, we had Dybala, who's a regular 88 gold card, who was just absolutely nuts for us. If I'm looking at the stats here, La Jolla, aka Dybala, in 30 games, 34 goals, 17 assists. For Correa, 23 goals, 26 assists. But the main thing that I want you guys to take away from this file that you see in front of you, these are all the detailed statistics for my weekend league where I hit elite. I started Friday. I played all my games Friday and Sunday. Friday, I played 18 games. I was 11-7, right? So I had to win out Sunday night in order to get elite, which wasn't even on my radar. I was planning on maybe hitting gold 2 or gold 1 and just maybe cashing out. I went on a 12-game win streak. I didn't lose. I played for 3 hours and 48 minutes on Sunday night. Played the rest of my 12 games that I needed to clutch up. And I won every single one of my games. And yeah, there were some games that were very, very close, but the main differentiator, the thing that differentiated myself from any other weekend that I played, and I keep track of all my stats, 97 goals scored, which was more goals than I scored in any previous weekend by about, I think it was 8 or 9. The difference was goals conceded. On average, I would concede about 69 goals. This particular weekend, I conceded 54. Look at how many goals I conceded in the final 12. I was very, very clinical, and I was playing very, very well defensively in the last 12, and it wasn't even something I was paying attention to doing. I had Klosterman, I had 84 Delaney, I had Mokel, and then I had Lahm, and then I had Neuer at keeper. And that was my defense coming up against some of the most goated Neymar, Mbappe teams that you can come up against. And I just had faith, and I was just, maybe just doing something a little bit differently. Again, maybe it was the server or something or the other, but played very, very well. And I'm very proud of the performance that I had. 77% win rate. And then the other thing I would say is don't beat yourself. Don't get in your head. I would say number 4 is probably one of the most important things, given that weekend league is such a mentally taxing thing. If you play like I did 18 games, I was defeated by the end of it. At the end of 18 games, you just kind of don't want to pick up the game anymore, but you just got to remember that it's a game. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun, and at the end of the day, I think we just have to remind ourselves that it's a game, it's football, it's not a perfect representation of the football that we watch on TV, and at the end of the day, dude, there's more to life than just the game, even though we love it, right? So. And then I kind of try to restructure my brain. I'm not exactly playing for rewards. Rewards are a nice byproduct, but the way that I like to play champs is I like to be tested at the elite level. So I kind of have this thing where I love using players that not everyone is using and trying to prove my worth and trying to prove that some of these guys can get it done. And we used an 84 Correa to get our first ever Elite Weekend League finish. We didn't use Ronaldo, we didn't use Mbappe, we didn't use Neymar. We went 23-7 with Correa and regular goal Dybala, and then Chucky Lozano. You know, not the craziest squad in the world. I got to shout out Khedira and then also Goretzka's 86 rated for being just absolutely goated for me this particular weekend. But we didn't use any crazy cards by any means. We used, and I wouldn't say a bang average team, but we used, you know, players that not everyone, you take a look at this team and you're like, okay, you're not going elite because you don't have Neymar and Mbappe, and we proved the naysayers wrong. So those are the main tips that I would give you guys. I think now we're going to switch and transition over to my tactics. We're going to cut over to me explaining my tactics in terms of what I run the 4-4-1-1. Let's switch to that now. So for the tactics part of the video, I don't think this is something that necessarily everyone should go out and copy and paste, but it's definitely something you can try out. Again, one tactic is not a one size fits all. Everyone plays a little bit differently. I run the 4-4-1-1. I like to go balanced instead of pressure on heavy touch. I noticed that the moment I went from pressure on heavy touch, which is what I ran pretty much all last year, and then the first 5 weeks of this year, that once I went over to balance, I found my defense just played better. I can't really explain it any more than that. Pressure on heavy touch just left me a little bit susceptible, especially on the counter. So as soon as I switched over to balance, I found I was having a lot more success defensively. So I go balanced, then I go 7-3, and then offensively I go balanced 7-3-2-2. Given that so much of the meta this year involves countering, I don't want my opponent to have any more of an advantage than they already have against me, since I don't consider myself a really, really great player. So I don't like to have a lot of guys in my box, and I like to have a little bit better of a chance of defeating the counter. Then let's move on over to the individual tactics. Now, this isn't really that crazy either. So on Correa and Dybala, the only thing that I change is get in behind and stay forward. Those are the two only things I change on them. On Khedira, I have stay back while attacking and then cover center. And then on Goretzka, I've got nothing changed other than cover center. So I have both Khedira and Goretzka, my two CMs on cover center. I will have one of my left mid or right mid on comeback while defense. The other I will have on balance. So in this instance, I had Chucky on balanced and then Schnell Arabi on comeback on defense. So at least one of them's a little bit back. And then the only other thing individually I change is my two wing backs, Lam and Mukiel, on stay back while attacking. And that's pretty much it. And those are the tactics that got me elite. Last but not least, you're probably wondering yourselves, wait, are elite rewards worth it? Check them out. Perfect. Oh, there's so much stuff. Oh my God, I can't, what is all this?
He's the best!
Neuer! Yes! Dude, okay. Hey. Not many people will get excited about that, but Neuer is my guy. I wanted Neuer. I said give me at least one of the big three. That's a huge dub for me. I'm not gonna say that right there is worth the elite grind, but you guys know what this card means to me, dude. Let's freaking go! I want Haaland in this one.
He's the best!
That just looks so nuts. Hey, you wanna know what? That's kind of sick. Yeah, dude, I have that red Carrasco. All I would need to buy is that 86 Llorente in order to have the Atletico Madrid triangle. And then two red Neuers. All right, 100K pack. Come on. EA, please. This may be my... dude, I don't know. It's not even going to be a walkout. It's going to be a board. All right, which means the premium team of the week pack's going to be crazy. Belgian, left wing, Insigne.
What?
No. Wait, what? Oh. Bongonda. 83 Juan Bernat, and then an 83 Inter Miami Higuain. Are there any danglers, as Pi would refer to them as? A Perisic, a Rodriguez, and a Zahavi. Okay. Please, EA, please! This is it. This is the last pack. And then we move on to marquee matchups. Please be a walkout. Walkout! Please! Please! I don't know. What is it? we already have him as a red. Hey, listen, he's tradable. We sell him for 50K. Could there be anything behind him?
Oh my God! Come on! That's why!
It's not what you want to see.
In the red picks, 290 Neuers and an 84 Carrasco. So in terms of the reds, I would say the reds were a dub. In our tradable ones, I'd say, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to call this. You know, given the fact that he goes for what, 40K? I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I obviously want so much more than that. You know, these two are discard. Mateta and the other guy are discard. So they go for about 20K. So about 60K between our team of the week. Between our team of the week items, even though we already have a red Carrasco. Listen, I wasn't really expecting anything. I mean, of course, who are we kidding? Of course, if there's a Ronaldo and a Haaland available, like, look, what did I say at the start? I said if we get one of Neuer, Haaland, or Ronaldo, I'll be happy. And what do we get? We got two Neuers. That's pretty incredible. For me, it was much more about the experience of hitting elite. You know, it very well may be that I'll never do it again. It was so improbable. The odds were so improbable, even at the beginning of the weekend, to finish elite. But now we've kind of set a bar that we kind of have to keep hitting. So I mean, like, this week, anything I think less than gold 1 would be underachieving.